What is up, YouTube? Thanks for tuning back in. Chase Games here, and today's video is, well, it's YouTube, so how about a top 10 list? Because everybody falls for those. I think I got some clickbait title on this, so if you fell for it, thanks for coming in. Anyway, this is obviously a new player video. This is really probably nothing new for day one players. Maybe there's something I'm going to say here. Who knows? But I made a top 10 things you need to know in Dragon Quest Tact. We do have a lot of new players, obviously. I still see some trickling in. Welcome to the game. I hope you're having fun so far. I know it starts off really fun, and it stays fun, but I mean, the beginning is always the most fun. You got a ton of stuff to do. You got story, the events are brand new, you're still figuring out what the heck's going on. And one of the things about this game, just like most gachas, is its resource management is very important. So right from the get-go, you want to learn which things to prioritize, what's important, what's not, what you should save, etc. And I'm going to try to give you an idea here because it's just a whole lot to explain, and you will pick up on this stuff. But if you can learn it, if you can learn before you make the mistakes, even better, right? All right, so once again, I have spared no expense in production costs or presentation for this video. So I have for you the Notepad app. That's where my top 10 list is. Sorry, I do not know how to do screens, transitions, any of that stuff. But hey, if you want me to get better, maybe try going to the Patreon, patreon.com/chasegames. I will bribe competence. Anywho, all right, finish story and events. Number one, these are not necessarily in order, but this is the top priority. It should be fairly obvious, but here's the thing about story, okay? It locks away a whole bunch of stuff. Some of it is, oh, that's a new thing for today, for the event. Anyway, some of them are fairly obvious, or they come fairly early. Like upgrade ability, you get that pretty soon, and you do unlock the later quests, the later difficulties of it once you beat them. Although, while you're still proceeding through the story and early events, you can probably get through Ultra pretty easily. Hell is a little bit. You actually have to have you actually either have to be very strong or have the right team. But the other thing about story is your daily quests. Okay, you unlock the first stage fairly easily, but intermediate and advanced come. I think you get advanced at the end of chapter 12. Okay, that's obviously what you want to be doing every day. So it's not a huge deal, but I can't remember exactly what these drop, but the difference between intermediate and advanced on gold is pretty big, and you're just never going to have too much gold in this game. You could see right now I've got about 90,000, which is good, but it can literally go like that. If I get 2 new units that need abilities, that can kill half of it if I have enough tomes, okay? Upgrading your abilities, alchemizing weapons, it will kill your gold. So get those dailies advanced as much as you can. Battle roads get unlocked very early. The rank up quests, these are one of the biggest things to get through story. It's very easy. It's a lot easier to rank up your box when you, it doesn't take too long to unlock the family missions, but these are not like the ability missions where you beat one and you get the next stage and so on. You have to get to chapter, it's either 12.9 or 13.9. You have to finish that chapter to get the hell stage. And it's 10,000 CP. Not very hard. Even if you can unlock it, I'm sure you can easily take on a 10,000 CP stage. But that's when you can start farming irises. That's when you start getting family rank up things. Now, I've put this in another newbie video before, but for your first few units, when there's an event up, you can usually come and I think I probably still have them here. I believe they were in here. You can get a lot of the family awakening, rank up materials, family rank up materials from these shops, but that's a short-term solution that will really just help you speed through the story. It's a lot better to actually just farm those things. All right, so moving on. All right, this is just a general thing. Like, until you finish the story, that's your top priority, although events are temporary. So balance, like if you're day one or week one, balance story and events. Get as far as you can in events, get as far as you can in story. Allow the experience you get in one to help push you through the next when you hit a wall, okay? You hit a wall in one, you go try the other, etc., okay? Also, don't do anything just for experience. Sometimes people ask, which stage do I farm for experience? None. You just farm something that you can do that also gives you something else that you need, okay? Alright, rank up, okay? It's a pretty simple thing, alright? You start off at rank 0, you go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is a little, well, I'll talk about it. 6 generally requires materials from hard mode that you won't get until you can buy them in the shop. You can cheat a little bit for a few units. Also, for a little bit longer, we're still getting them as login bonuses. So you'll get 50 of everything, which will take you quite a while to go through. It will get you a few importance units ranked up. And then 5, when you're talking about S ranks, they require orbs. They're becoming more common finally, but they're still fairly limited. So you don't want to just rank up any old thing, any old S unit in your box. Okay, you want to prioritize them, but there are plenty of videos about that. But you know, if you follow the guys, generally, like, the newer banner units are always worth an orb if you go for them. You'll know if they're strong. Other people will tell you if they're strong. Most of the question mark units are good, although you can't go too nuts with them because there's a bunch of them. And if you're worried about arena, then you also need to focus on 50-point units. And we'll touch on that in another step. But rank up, let me see if I can show you. The materials you need are relatively, and it'll show you here. Okay, what this guy needs. I do have everything for him. I'm not going to rank him up yet, but say I didn't have enough of this item, it will show you what stage to go to, what stages drop them. Now, these are story chapters that also drop these items, but that's not really what you're farming. Although, going through story and events, you will slowly get some of these items, so while you're a new player, don't necessarily worry about rank up materials until you need them. Pay attention to what level they're going to max at, and try to farm those materials right beforehand so you're not wasting experience on your main leveling team. Okay. Alright, so yeah, that's fairly obvious. Again, orbs are going to be covered everywhere. People talk about orbs nonstop. And then A ranks, don't sleep on A ranks. First of all, they're super important for arena. They're very useful in story content too. If you get a max awakened A unit, they're gonna be on par or sometimes significantly stronger than some of your S ranks, especially if you can't put an orb in them. So some of the A ranks are very useful. If you go all into a banner, you know, if you do a stamp card on a banner, you're probably going to max that A unit. Not all of them are amazing, but most of them are good enough to use. So if you have some maxed out A units, probably try to prioritize those. Although some of them are still garbage. Okay. Not every unit is great everywhere, but every unit does have a use, for the most part. Okay. Which I'm going to touch on in a little bit. Alright, Parafusion did pretty well in Arena today. Good for him. Alright, number 8, level your abilities. Okay. This is, I wouldn't call this a priority for getting through stories and things like that, although they can help you. For new players, I'm hesitant to say this, but it's probably a good idea. When you get all-purpose ability tomes, specifically the A ones, they are, in the long run, wasted on early levels, but say you start off and through some login bonus or something that you bought, etc., you've got 10 all-purpose A-rank tomes. You actually have to get pretty far into story, you actually have to get pretty strong before you can take on the stages that drop A-rank tomes. So you may actually be better off to level your abilities up with the all-purpose tomes. If you've got 10 all-purpose tomes and a level 0 A-rank ability, which are the strongest abilities by far, okay, the B-rank abilities, for the most part, pale in comparison. You know, it goes CBA in the... Yeah, CBA. And each rank is significantly stronger, with C being generally useless other than utility moves. Yeah, with 10 tomes can probably get you to ability 5 or 6, which is all that you need to get through story. And I actually don't think I ever leveled any of my A rank abilities going through story, but if you can get an ability to level 5, okay, it's literally 25% stronger. That's not what I always hit the wrong button, boys. I always say boys because no girls play this game. So if we finally got some girls playing, let me know. I'll start saying boys and girls. Let's see. Upgrade abilities. The menus are slow. There's another tip. Okay. Let's see this guy. I probably haven't leveled his abilities at all. So you can see there's also, you know, another small thing to notice. Top right here, right underneath my gold number, upgrade level. Will show you exactly what leveling this ability will do. Okay, so it goes, you know, it's ascending order. So number 10, each rank is 5% stronger. It is generally about that for most of the moves. Not every move works exactly like that. Sometimes the multi-hit moves differ. I don't know if it always ends up being 50% total more in the end, but you can see also a lot of the time... Well, actually, this ability, its MP does not reduce, but if you look at something like Cremate, maybe it's an A ability. I don't know. Not every ability has its MP cost drop, but this one will drop its MP cost every level. Some of them 2, some of them 1. Okay, so besides getting stronger still, the MP cost will drop. And then there are abilities that don't do damage. Not everything necessarily gets stronger when you rank them up. Let's look at the latest unit, Seraphy. Okay, she has 2 abilities that don't get at all better when you level them, okay? But they get cheaper. Something like a healer, that's pretty important, okay? For short-term battles, no, not a bit. But, you know, if you're going 8, 9, 10 rounds, if she still needs to use these powers, okay, they're taking away less MP that she can be using to heal. So sometimes those abilities are important. For example, there's Stone Golem with Selflessness. That ability is going to do the same at level 10 or level 1. But at level 10, it uses a lot less MP. You can use it for a long time because there are some fights that use the Selflessness or cover strategy that go on pretty far. So anyway, yeah, level up your abilities. It makes them stronger. I don't know, you know, I'm not going to run through numbers about what's better, this many levels or this many ability levels, you know, levels on an ability. But, I mean, just remember, if you get an ability to level 5, which is a lot pretty easy, getting from... Once you hit 6 or 7, it starts getting pretty expensive and pretty tome-intensive to level the abilities, and it's worth it for arena and late-game stuff. But for going through story for a new player, if you're actually getting advice from a video like this, getting to level 5 or 6 on an ability is terrific, and it's going to deal... It takes a lot of levels to get a 25% boost, okay? So, it's pretty important. Alright, this is something that takes a lot of people a little while to learn. It's pretty common, but pretty common sense, but work the battle roads. And this is something I kind of touched on at other points. Your whole box can be used in this game. Now, there's some obvious stuff. Once you start getting down to the E's and F's, there's a lot of fodder here, but I mean, you know, you might learn this F-rank Ghost actually has some use in Arena because he's only 5 points. That's more of a weight thing. They're also going to get some Bloom Talons to make them just kind of crazy. We'll see how they actually work out when they come here. They're probably a couple months away. You know, most of the E units are fodder, but, you know, you have to use them in Battle Road sometimes. Sometimes these are the best units to use in a Battle Road, even when you have maybe a C or a D rank monster that you can choose. So yeah, a lot of these units, they're only useful, you know, in the Battle Road or when you need a certain point value in Arena. Obviously, there are units within the rank that stand out. You know, there's plenty of fodder in the C and D ranks, and a couple that really come out and shine. That's not what we're going to go on about here. Another reason to raise your box. First of all, there is CP ranking. If you're new, this is not something... Oh, I think I got up there a little bit again. If you're new, this is not something to really worry about. Also, I find the leaderboard kind of toxic, but I do get sucked into it every once in a while. But there is master ranks. This is something the game's going to point out to you pretty... it'll be pretty obvious, but, you know, even if you never ever use a unit in your box, if it helps you get level up your family ranks, you're going to get 1% in a stat for every, I think it's every 100 levels. It might start off at 50 for the very low abilities, but you just fly through those. So anyway, even if you plan to never, ever, ever use a unit, level it up in its battle road, okay? It's free. There are ways that you can level while sleeping. I mean, if you could find some way to tap your screen in the same spot over and over again. For me, I have a friend just hold my phone and tap in place all night long. A very good friend that never actually does anything other than sit there and tap my screen automatically. Wink, wink. Anyway. But yeah, that's anything that can be leveled in a battle road, get them max leveled, okay? It just takes time. Have one of your friends do it while you sleep. There will be a feature coming in. JP just got it. It's the kind of thing that will hopefully hit us earlier, but don't hold your breath. But we do sometimes get quality of life improvements early. Yeah, those units have use right now. The Valentine's event, and again, there's really I can't tell new players like, well, you should have done your battle roads already. I understand you can't do them right off the bat. Although, if you can get, now he's not necessarily the best unit, but let's look at Dragon Road. There are actually 2 A-rank monsters in this road, which I think is unique, at least for the basic battle roads. Okay, so if you want to max rank up your Wordle and your Green Dragon, you'll get Green Dragon 1 copy through story. You can farm him. Actually, we're about a month away from him, maybe 2 from coming back. In another event, he'll be farmable. He's not farmable outside of special events right now. And then Wordle, if you've done a few polls, you probably have a copy or 2 of Wordle. He's not a great monster, but if you get him up to level 100 and you're still going through story, he'll probably kick some ass there. But anyway, you can farm both these levels for these units for free. It'll take quite a while just autoing the stages. But you know, even these B and C ranks, they can help you get through story. This guy, what is he? Dragon? Yeah, he's not super strong, but a max level B rank will help you fly through, you know, up until relatively late story. Maybe not chapters 16 plus. Those are pretty hard. They came after launch, okay? But anyway, the battle roads are important. You get some prizes for going through them, some very good family rank armor. And then, you know, battle road, the eighth stage is pretty tough. But, you know, you can get those units to level 100 for free. If they're a farmable unit, then you can farm them. And also, there's a lot of strategies. Never on my channel, but you can look around YouTube, Battle Road 8, put in the family name. There's links on Discord and the Reddit, I'm pretty sure. You can find guides to do it. Generally, though, Stage 8, you're going to have to level some of your abilities up. And then, yeah, like, sorry, the thing I wanted to bring up was I can't really yell at new players about this right now, because there's only so much time, but another use for these Battle Road units is this event just brought us these stages that a lot of the units used in them, because people are saying, like, how the hell am I supposed to beat this? I don't have any of these units leveled. Well, let me look here. Now, some of these are gotcha units from this campaign. But let me see. Other than the top 3, and actually Bone Baron's like a gift thrown in there because he's a very good unit. The B rank, the D rank, the E rank, the C, the B. These are all farmable on other battle roads. So other than me being a little lazy on these 2, there's no reason not to have these guys max level already. And you can easily just walk through this one. Probably. I don't know how hard it is. This one's 13,000 CP, so it's a little bit harder. But anyway, they've all been extremely easy so far if you have your battle roads done. So expect more things like this in the future because they do generally repeat things like this, obviously. So just another good reason to get your box leveled up. Alright, what did I put as 6? Awakening, fragments, and coins. This, I'm talking about Mendini coins. Event coins and things like that are relatively obvious, and we always do the obligatory shop video for the most part because people want them, and it's just something to do. It's an easy video. Alright, Awakening. Most of you should... I don't know if you figure it out or if it's obvious. Say you get Seraphy for the first time, now you have Seraphy. You draw 2 Seraphys, you get an Awakening on her. The max awakening is 5. That's 5 hearts. It'll turn into a little, well, like a big heart, a single big heart instead of 5. But the other way to awaken things, and it can only be done once, okay? That's something people skip over, is we're going to talk about fragments right here. Okay, Awakening Material Shop. You go to the bottom there on the tab, and you can actually purchase an awakening for these. It's a crystal. Crystals are used for awakening points. So if you buy one of these, it'll give you 1 awakening. And again, you can only buy it once. The exchange is left once only. So you can't max awaken an ability, a unit, through the shop. But for the most part, a unit's first awakening is its strongest. Every awakening copy will make a unit stronger for the most part. But the first one usually comes with a significant ability. Sometimes it's a significantly bigger power boost. On a Stark, for example, he gets a major heal that just makes him unstoppable. Sorrow gets another movement. A lot of units get their 3rd movement, which I don't really like. I hope that they get away from that. But if you have a unit that doesn't get its 3rd movement until its awakening, you generally need that awakening to use the unit to its full potential. And then there's a 5% stat boost for every awakening too. So awakenings are good, but the first one is what you worry about. So, you know, like trying to fully awaken a unit, that's a whale thing, okay? But the general S pool units, the general rank, the general pool S ranks, okay, you're gonna slowly get copies of them, so they'll get slowly better. Those are the ones where awakening matters, okay? So if you do happen to get one of the general pool S units, you know, to 3, 4, 5 awaken, maybe they become a higher priority to orb up than others would tell you. Now, some of them are still generally garbage or just not very useful most of the time, but my Nightclubber, for example, not one of the better S ranks, but I really think that he's been stigmatized unfairly just because he doesn't do big damage. But when I got mine max awakened, I orbed him up and I was pleasantly surprised. At 1 awaken, I don't think I would tell anybody to awaken him. So yeah, that's awakening fragments, and then the Mendini coins, okay? You get these. Again, this is fairly obvious. You get a silver every time you get a silver ticket, and you don't get one the first time you draw that unit, but every time thereafter, you get the coin. The gold is for A units, okay? So the first time you get a new A unit, okay, you're not going to get one of these coins, but every time after, whether they're fully awakened or not, you will get a coin, and then, as you guessed it, S units, it is rainbow. So, let's look at this shop really quick. For the most part, you know, I talked to Wales about this once or twice. This is out of, I don't know about now, like, I'm sure some of the whales maybe have gotten one of these by now, or they're at least close. At this point in time, with the draw rates that we have, this is not feasible. It would take... well, I bought an iridescent orb once. The iridescent orb is feasible. Don't ever buy this upgrade tome A, guys. Never. And I mean absolutely never. There is never a circumstance to spend these on upgrade tome A. Never, ever, ever. Literally one of the dumbest things you could do. The game treats these all-purpose upgrade tome A's as some lofty, huge, important thing. They're nice, okay? I think they're about 5 times better than a regular A-rank tome. Okay, don't get excited about that, guys. They're not garbage, but they're not special. They're not worth 1/30th of an iridescent orb. Anyway, iridescent orbs now are still rare enough that if you can get 30 of these, like a day 1 player is probably right now about getting to this point. Obviously, I've spent some money on this game, so I will soon be able to get my second iridescent orb. I don't even know if I need to save it, but honestly, for a free-to-play player, even a very light spender, I wouldn't even consider the meeting ticket S, but, you know, if you're not crazy about orbing everything, maybe you want to save for that, but if you're free-to-play, do not think that this is in your future, okay? This is literally a couple years away. And I mean that literally probably 2 years away. Because in 6 months, I've gotten 55 spending a considerable amount of money in this game. Okay. Alright, so let's move on. Gems. Spoiler, gems. Alright. This is kind of one of the reasons I made this video, and I wanted to get it out fast. First of all, I had a new person in my Discord asking some questions. I'm like, these are good questions. Not everything is obvious to a day one, week one player. And like I said, you can make some mistakes. They're not irreparable, but why not do things in the game right from the start? And gems are a big thing, okay? From what I understand, I'm actually bad on this because I sometimes use my gems for stamina, and also I buy gems, so I don't really keep count very closely, but from what everyone in the community says, you can expect about 10,000 gems a month, okay? You also don't want to waste your gems on anything that you can get, because this thing has, I'm sure that you've noticed, we have scout stamps. Sorry, I'm not good at talking, guys. Good thing I'm on YouTube, right? Alright, right now the consensus is that you should have at least 30,000 gems before you go into a banner, okay? Because that will get you all the way through the stamp card. These are, obviously, multis are 3,000 apiece. 30,000 gives you 10 multis, and you will get a guaranteed S rank. Now, that is not the S rank from the banner. 30,000 gems on this banner does not mean that you get Seraphy, okay? What it means is that you have at least one guaranteed S unit. Here's the thing about S ranks in this game, okay? The general pool slowly starts to become not that useful, okay? And it depends on how much you spend and what kind of luck you have. Some of the S ranks are terrific, you know, White King. Until Seraphy came, Emperor Slime had some use. I really honestly don't know. Seraphy may have just... I don't know. Emperor Slime might actually not... Emperor Slime and Kiro may actually be worthless now. I'm not 100% sure. But, you know, I like my Nightclubber. And there's a few others, especially with the blooms coming. The general S rank pool is not useless. But they're also nothing that you care about after 4, 5, 6 months of playing, okay? That's something that's neat. They're not nearly as valuable as getting the banner unit, okay? And you're generally on a normal banner, it's either the S rank or the banner S rank or nothing. And the odds of that are so low. They're so low. Every rainbow ticket you get, or a guaranteed S unit, has just under a 1 in 4 chance of being the banner unit. So you can't just... The rates in this game are not too low, really. At least not in this point for it being a new gacha. They're not too low. They're not. Okay? But they are low enough that you can't just, you know, blow your load whenever you feel like, oh, I like this new unit. I've got 9,000 gems. Let's do 3 multis and see if I get lucky. And yeah, I've got some players in my comments in my Discord saying, that's what I did and I got lucky. That's great. Also, another good friend who drops into all my streams, Lorenzo, spent over 30,000 gems, well over 30,000 gems, because he found out how important Seraphy was because of all the rumors we've gotten from the JP version. And he got nothing. He got nothing to show for it at all. He got some crappy S units along the way. I don't think he even had great luck as far as how many of the general pool S units he got, but he just got utterly screwed. Okay? Now, after the 1 year, which is 6 months away, they do have a change to the... generally gachas call this a pity system. Like, right now, our pity system is the guaranteed S rank at level 10, which isn't exactly pity. And then right now, if you do 3 full stamp cards, if you complete 3 stamp cards, 30 multis, 90,000 gems, you get the banner unit. They call it the Spotlight, okay? This is Wales only, and it's nice for them. Everyone else, guys, if you're free to play, or even a light spender, I'm a moderate spender, I would say, bordering on whale, according to some. I don't consider myself a whale. This is well out of my grasp. 90,000 gems? That's crazy. That's over $700 worth of gems, guys. Okay? That is... I would barely call that pity. Okay? But it is there. Anyway, that pity system will actually be, in a way, halved. at 1 year, but we'll cover that in another video. But anyway, after the 1 year, all right, the banner unit is guaranteed at 45,000 gems, so you always have that in your pocket. The other thing is I've talked about this a lot, but if you're a new player, I can't expect you to watch all my old videos. Don't ever summon on banners like this. Ever. Okay. Not this one. Okay. Seraphy. Let's see. There's a lot of special banners up right now. A Stark, a Stark's probably an exception. Okay, he is especially powerful. You know, these waifu banners and stuff. Don't summon on these anymore. Okay, I wish I hadn't summoned. If I knew day one what I did now. Okay, if I really paid attention to what JP players were saying and I really understood the economy of this game, I would not have spent most of the gems I have so far. There are only a few important units so far. Although there is power creep, so things are getting better. But here's what I'm getting at, okay? You guys, anybody watching this is, unless you started, like, today, I don't know if it's still up anymore. You've got the, you should have gone through the first year anniversary, or sorry, the 6-month anniversary banner and all the free scouts we got from that. That had literally every S rank we've gotten so far, other than the DQ5 event ones, because they were still up. Okay. We get those banners. We can expect one in about 3 months again. Japan had Golden Week and their 14 million download celebration about 3 months after the 6 month. We can expect that. Now, granted, not to be too cynical, but we're nowhere near 14 million downloads, and we won't be. But we copy and paste JP events, okay? Localization, in my opinion, is a little bit lazy, but hey, it works, and maybe it'll get better. The game is only 6 months old, so maybe it's getting there. They have started making some strides. Not enough to make me happy, obviously. I'm never going to be satisfied, okay? I'm the squeaky wheel that's trying to get you grease, guys, okay? Even if the 13-year-olds in the Discord can't understand that, it's okay. They're still going through puberty and stuff. Their brains are still pretty small, okay? But they are getting better. Anyway, what I'm getting at it here, I'm very long-winded, you've picked up on that, is save gems for the big banners, okay? If you're completely free to play, you can only afford to go in on a banner every 3 months. Don't go in with 3,000 or 6,000 gems, guys. Okay, don't do it. If you're at 24, 27,000 gems or something, maybe you'll get enough through the event. If it just started to finish it, you can take that gamble. Maybe if you're willing to open your wallet a little bit, you can have that. If it's the last day of an event, like, okay, let me spend 20 bucks and finish the scout card, okay? That's up to you, okay? And it's not an option for some people, and some people have hard and fast rules, and they're good rules, okay? Don't break yourself on this game. It's not worth it. It's a game. But anyway, you can only go into these banner. You can only do a full stamp card every 3 months, basically. And you don't want to go into one of these big celebration banners with no gems just because you tried to get one of the other really good units. Because, yeah, they are really good, and every banner unit is going to be really good. And you know when he's going to be replaced? Probably next month. Next month there will be a newer, bigger, better unit, for the most part. But don't get too excited, okay? You gotta play the long game, okay? So, yeah, don't be all sad because you dumped all your gems and now you don't have enough for the way better banner. Maybe that unit won't be on it that you went for, but... you'll have a chance at them. You'll have a chance at a whole bunch of other good units. You'll get some awakenings on things that you already have, and they generally have other things along. You'll get some bonus gold, irises, iridescent orbs. All right, all good things. And there's the I can't remember. I forgot. There was something I was gonna go on about, but let's see. Let's talk about real money. Okay, real money. Now, looking at these banners while we're already here, okay, that you see that some are paid only. All right, if you want to spend money on this game, some of these paid only banners are pretty darn good. Okay, now if you want to do, like, say these the ones that come with every banner, I've actually the only one I don't have so far, haven't done so far, is Seraphy. Okay, so for 3,000 paid only gems, okay, I don't know if you guys are used to this. It's fairly obvious, but this is it costs just as much as any other multi, but it's only paid gems, and you can see that there is a specification here. Okay, I have 920 paid ones left and 14,000 free ones. So once I get back up, if I buy more gems, I could do this. Now this works just like the 10th stamp on a banner. Okay, one of the units, the very last ticket, is guaranteed to be an S rank. It's not guaranteed to be Seraphy. Okay, she has a 7. What is it? Oh yeah, that's yeah. She's got like a 23% chance, I think it is. So basically a 1 in 4 chance. Yeah, it's 7 out of 30, I think. Yeah, 7 out of 30. It's just under a quarter, guys. Now you do have the chance to draw her in the other 9 tickets too. Okay, but that's I don't know. Is that worth $20-$30 depending on which gem pack you buy? That's up to you. It's quite a gamble, guys. Okay, so don't think that you've got like a 50-50 chance of getting Seraphy, or that you'll probably get her with the paid ones only. Okay, it's not that big a chance. All right, so let's go to one of these other things. Now, if you're willing to spend anything, these big multi-banners like this are a lot better, because you need to start reading the fine print. Well, or sometimes you even have to go into draw rate. Okay, this banner doesn't have, not only is it a guaranteed S rank, okay, it doesn't have any of the general pool in it. So you are guaranteed to draw one of these 6 things with your S ticket. And if you get another rainbow ticket in the summit, if you get a second S rank, it is still going to be one of these 6 units. And these are, for the most part, all very good units. Okay, so pay attention there. The other thing is, and again, unless you are completely unwilling to spend on this, I don't know where to find something about it. You'll see, if you don't have it, there will be a big thing here in the top left for the battle pass or passport, whatever. I think it's called the passport. It gets you an extra use of the an extra run of the experience and the daily stamina. The daily and experience and stamina daily mission. Okay, it gets you an extra run of each. The experience one, neat. Okay, the gold one, damn near essential. Okay, here's the thing: for $5 a month, that's $5 US. I understand it is different internationally, but $5 US every month gets you 90,000 gold. Okay, that's the way to look at it. Also, you get the very fast speed in battle, which is pretty nice. I will tell you this, and this is not a joke. I'm not saying like, haha, this is funny. I'm actually pretty serious about this. If you get the battle pass, commit to it. Because no joke, you can't go back to the slower speeds after very fast. So if you're gonna buy the passport, just keep it subscribed, because seriously, the game it felt unplayable without it to me. You get spoiled really quick. Alright, so that's that. Now, one thing for real money, if you're a whale, you go on and do your whale thing. But if you just want to be a light to moderate spender, I don't suggest start like thinking that you can just buy enough gems to finish a stamp card. Okay, $80 gets you 11,700 gems. It takes 30,000 to go through, so yes, you will have leftover gems after you buy it, but you need 3 packs to do a full stamp card. Okay, that's 240 US plus tax. All right, so we're talking, what is that, like 260 bucks? I think it's 260 right on. Guys, again, if you're making 6 figures plus, good for you. Go nuts, okay? But if you're just some average loser like me, you can't afford to do that. Okay, it's just not worth it. Okay, so just that's the thing. Do the paid once onlys. Do the passport. The paid once onlys. Honestly, I wouldn't even recommend doing every single one. Another thing that is a thing that you can buy is metal cards. Now here's the thing. Yeah, this is a whole other thing. But first of all, if you do spend it all, I recommend buying the metal card pack at least once, because the first time you get the 4-pack for 2,000 gems, that is a terrific value. Okay, a metal card gives you 7,500 tack points. You get one every week, so one will replace the other. You do not choose to use the next ones; they just replace each other exactly 1 week after you bought it. So 7,500 tack points, and that's enough for 3 full multis after a month. Here's the thing, though. They don't contribute to, just like other scout tickets and your tack point tickets, they don't contribute towards the stamp card. So if you're looking at 3 multis, your chance of getting that banner S rank still aren't that high, okay? When I like getting a medal card now, I was doing it every month for a while, but honestly, I can't. The game gets expensive, okay, that way. When you're paying that much every single month, and not getting that much out of it, I don't suggest regularly buying the medal card. But if a banner comes out where you really like the A rank unit on it, that's when I like the medal card, okay? Because that banner is going to be up for a month, for the most part, and that will give you, over those 4 weeks, if you count the regular 5,000 tact points you get plus the medal card, you're looking at 12,500 each week times 4. That's 50,000 tact points, I think, right? Yeah, and that is 5 multis. You're gonna get a few copies of that A rank, okay? So as long as you get 3 or 4 copies of it, it's useful. It's usable. On that note, when you've been playing for a few months, when you're trying to actually do really well in arena and stuff, A ranks at Awakening 1 and 2, I don't consider usable for the most part. There could be exceptions. But anyway, yeah, if you care about a banner's A rank, you got to get it awakened. And you can only buy 1 Awakening. A rank Awakening copies fragments are only 30 gems, by the way. So a lot of times they are a very good purchase, depending on the family. Number 3, Arena. Okay. Don't get too caught up in Arena. Okay. Honestly, it's just a dick measuring contest. You do get more coins for going through Arena, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of investment to do it. But you can do the 40 and 60 point tiers very easily. I don't know whether to say, by the way, it says below cutoff. I forgot to do Arena this week. I forgot to do the first day of it, so I don't even know. I'll probably just grind the 60 point stages now because I'm a dummy. Arena is a chore. It might be fun at first, and if you have fun with it, I'm very glad. Okay, a lot of people really like Arena. I find it a chore. It is just the only way to get Arena coins. There are other videos about it. It's also fairly obvious, okay? The Halberdsaurus, for a lot of you guys, will be the only S rank that you have fully awakened. He's pretty good, okay? He's got a big breath ability at 50 points. You can also get some of these. People will disagree with me, but if you're relatively casual, if you don't love the arena that much, these armors at only 400 coins are nice. I think the Flame Shield probably has some use. I think the Platinum Mail and the Flame Shield were the best. I wouldn't suggest going through and buying all of them, but if you want to slow roll it, if you're already out of orbs anyway, then go ahead and buy some of these armors. I also bought myself that 2,000 point armor before I got Halberdsaurus, the platinum armor, the Metal King Slime armor, I think. Yeah, Metal King Slime armor, 2,000 points. Okay, it doesn't seem like that big a deal. It's like, oh, it's just a little bit more defense and HP. But that's also equipment that, with small exception, you can use in every single stage, every single run in the game, okay? You can just, you have that now, forever. Not every unit can equip the armor, but it's pretty hard to find a party where nobody can equip the armor, and it is the best armor in the game, so you want one unit to have significantly more defense and HP in every single battle. Get that 2,000 point armor. Don't let other people tell you it's garbage, because here's the thing. A 0 Awakening Halberdsaurus, not that big a deal. He's very usable at 1 and 2, but again, if you don't have an iridescent orb for him or anything, if you don't have 2 for him, he's useless anyway, okay? So get yourself the decent armor, help yourself get through story and stuff. And then when you're trying to really get competitive in Arena, you're probably not even going to remember this video, but this is the thing where I was talking about 50 weight units, okay? The non-boss and hero units. 50 point units start becoming very important, okay? They cost literally, hero and boss units cost literally 30% more. Okay, that's a lot more weight. So if you've got a 50 point unit that can go on one-shot things or do some great AoE damage, they're very useful then. So don't sleep on 50 point units. And again, if you care about the arena, be careful about only using your orbs on your boss units. Yeah, let's say you've got Baramos or something. Is Baramos stronger than Royal Reptile? You bet your ass he is. Okay, he's gonna kick his ass. Um, I don't know if one is resistant or weak to the other, but it just in general, comparing power levels, way stronger. But I would never bring Baramos to Arena. Royal Reptile, yeah, I would. He's very good. He's a counter to Zoma, basically. He's a good 50-point unit. All right, he's relatively tanky as long as he doesn't take a Kaswoosh. Kaswoosh will end Royal Reptile. All right, another thing. All right, stamina. And I'm sorry, I can't. I'm a long-winded, guys. I know the video's already at 45, and I'm not going to try to edit anything out because I am a scrub. But I'm really trying to get everything all-encompassing here. And stamina, okay? People get upset when I talk about predatory things. It's a gotcha. Everything's predatory. But the stamina system in this game, I think it's a little bit over the top on the predatory thing. It is very important. You never have too much stamina, okay? This week is a small exception for guys like me. I mean, there are tons of things that I can use that stamina for, but when we get so many mat drop increase events, and we get about once a month. You'll get a week where rank mats have a drop up, or tomes have a drop rate increase. That doing it without them feels really bad. I might go back and farm some story units this week or something. Anyway, just be wise with your stamina. That's part of the reason I'm doing this guide. You want to know what to prioritize, and a lot of that does revolve around stamina. It's ever constant. As far as stamina refreshing goes, if you're free to play, if you want to try to get the most units possible, I suggest staying away from gem refreshes except for emergencies. Okay, when you're looking at events, farm the A units. Okay, and sometimes one of the B units is strong enough to use well too, but honestly, just go for, in events where you're worried about farming in the units, farm the A rank, get the B ranks up to like 4 stars if that's all you can do. But I really don't suggest using gem refreshes unless you love the game so much that, here's the thing. All right, 3 gem refreshes cost 120 gems. That's $1. If you'd like to spend $1 every day on the game, go ahead and do those 3 gem refreshes, or just accept that you're going to have 1 less multi every month, because yeah, that's what it is. 120 gems a day times 30, that's 3,600 gems a month. That's the way to think about it, guys. 3,600 gems a month to get 3 stam refreshes a day, because 40 each pop. Okay, it's 40 times 3, 120 stam to get 3 refreshes. Doesn't seem like a whole lot. It's when you add it up. Okay, as far as stamina items, we almost always have some herbs. These, for those that don't know, this is from the Valentine's event. If you're watching this right now, this trades in for 100 apparently. I haven't used any of mine, and the stamina herbs always trade in for 50. There's no reason to use any this week if you're watching this right now. I only use the stamina items either in an emergency when I need to finish off a farm real quick, or if there's a drop rate event. When there is a tome or rank mat thing. By the way, most people only go for tomes, and that's generally what I try to do too, but honestly, we need so many rainbow irises right now that I don't fault anyone for prioritizing farming rank mats over tomes if they both have a increase event active. Okay, other than that, I don't know, farm some story units up. They are occasionally useful in the battle roads and just for collection purposes. Yeah, so just be careful with your stamina, and be careful, even if you think, I know, and they're happy with it, they know, but I've got some friends that like to use 6 stamina refreshes a day. Okay, those refreshes cost 60 gems each, which means you're looking at 300 gems a day in stamina. Okay, now you're up to 9,000 gems a month on stamina. So if you care about scouting in this game, you're losing 3 multis every single month, okay, just for stam refreshes. All right, so be careful with that. And then number 1, this is just kind of a general thing. I've touched on this before. Play the long game. Okay, that's the thing with gacha. When I tell you about saving for certain banners, okay, about every 3 months, we should probably expect to have some kind of premium banner that will have a small chance of getting in a single unit, but is going to have a better stamp card. It's going to have a better pool of units, better chance of getting something good, instead of just the general 1 in 4 chance of the banner unit, which is basically all or nothing. Okay, so you want to think about the long game. Like right now, when this game started, our month 2, the Slime Fest came out, okay? Lionheart and Queen Slime. Now, these are useful units, but they actually don't really excite me too much. I begrudgingly ranked up my Lionheart because I have so many copies of him. After the anniversary, I would have literally liked to pull almost anything else. But I think he'll be good now that he's at 4 Awaken. That said, I wish I hadn't spent a dime on those banners. I wish I hadn't put any gems at all in there, okay? Because in the long run, those guys are going to be power crept out, okay? Baramos is plenty powerful, but, he's something that's not going to even stay in contention when the game's at the 1 year mark. For the most part, every unit is stronger than the next one. So don't get too caught up, okay? A Stark right now, a Stark's the best unit in the game. All right, he's going to get replaced in 6 months. I mean, a Stark's still going to be hella strong at that point. But, now Nocturnus is the new, biggest dick on the block. Don't get too excited, guys. Okay, there's always going to be a stronger unit. You're always going to get, you always have a chance of getting the other one that you missed in a later event. Okay. Oh, by the way, I meant to mention this with the fragment when I was talking about fragments buying an Awakening copy. You can only buy an Awakening copy, okay? You can't go buy that crystal and then think that you'll have the unit, okay? You need to actually draw the unit first, and then you can buy an Awakening copy of it, okay? You can actually buy the Awakening copy first. It's just going to sit there and do nothing. But yeah, play the long game, okay? Think long-term what you want to do. If you want to, you can go onto the Discords and check out what people are saying about the JP side of the game, what units to expect. You can go to... if you just Google like Dragon Quest Tact and Game With, or JP Wiki, I think works too. You can find sites that they're translated in by Google. All right, so you're reading English, and I promise you, it is a headache. But you can get the gist of what's coming to us. You can go to the game has Twitter, both the global and the Japanese side. Again, the Japanese Twitter is going to be in Japanese, but you can translate it with Google Translate, and you'll get the gist of it. You'll know what units are coming. If you go into the Discord, you can deal with the 13-year-old trolls there, and some of them will tell you what is working in JP about the meta now. So, again, if I'd paid more attention, all right, I wouldn't have worried about a lot of the units that I summoned for. I would have saved some of my gems and some of my money. All right, just play the long game. Seraphi, for example. All right, Seraphi's very strong. She may be the best healer, okay? But what's going to happen to you if you don't have her? There are rumors that there's something called the Dragon Tower or something that'll be named like that she is mandatory for the last floor. Like, nobody could complete it without her. First of all, don't endorse that kind of tactic, okay? If that's actually true, if it is unbeatable without Seraphi, fuck them, okay? That's bad. Don't give them money because they overtuned content. Also, if you don't beat that content, so what? So what? You didn't beat every single stage in an event the first time. Oh my god, go jump off a bridge. It's not a big deal, guys. Okay? It's not a big deal. Okay, I've talked about this pretty recently. You can go back and find like why you shouldn't do EX battles. Well, not do, but worry. Okay, this event will have one. I think it's out in a couple of days. It'll be like Seraphine Cloud. I don't know how hard it is, but the rewards for it are going to be garbage. I'm fairly certain. The rewards for the 3 brides battle, I think they're still up. Garbage. It's literally 50 gems plus maybe 10 or 20 from the extra missions that are ridiculously hard sometimes. Maybe some event coins, but honestly, event coins are easy to come to that you really don't have to worry about getting extra. Although it's a nice little perk. But what you need to invest to do these units, sometimes you need to level up abilities to 7, 8, 9, 10 on units that you generally wouldn't use. It's a lot of stress, but I mean, I could do 3 brides very easily. Okay, that EX battle. literally 70 gems is not worth 20 minutes of my time. So don't sweat the small stuff. I know that play the long game and don't sweat the small stuff. If you can't finish a stage, it's not a big deal. Now, we did have an event not too long ago. It was called Sorrow's Peak. That was pretty punishing to new players. It locked a really good weapon behind it and an iridescent orb. And it was only about 2 months ago. They haven't done anything like that since. I'm hoping that they learned their lesson. Locking, really important stuff behind hard content. But for the most part, most of the important stuff is relatively easy to clear. If you can't finish some 25,000 CP stage, don't lose any sleep, guys, okay? Don't quit. Don't feel bad, all right? They're bullshit difficulty, and most people that get high and mighty about being able to beat them followed somebody else's guide, so don't beat yourself up if you can't beat the hard stuff, okay? Anyway, God, this video is an hour. I'm sorry. I hope somebody actually made it all the way through this. I hope there were actually tips that helped. Also, if you see me live, if I'm live streaming, even if I'm playing another game, come in and ask questions, okay? Come into the Discord and ask questions. Links in the description. And if the link is expired or something, just comment. You can ask me a question in my comments. I'm usually pretty good about answering them there. And then, oh yeah, plug the Patreon again. Patreon.com/chasegames. Link in the description. You'll see more pull videos if you go to the Patreon. So, alright, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night, and good luck.